I was thinking the other day, over the weekend, about some of the problems that we have in this country. We have a huge income inequality problem. We have religion trying to invade the law in spite of what the Constitution says. We have wars and the military industrial complex and the manufactured consent for war through the corporate media. People angry about low wages, and understandably so. Money has completely corrupted our political system. We really should have, when we look at what's going on in Ukraine and Venezuela, we should have millions and millions of Americans out on the streets protesting, but you really don't. We saw a flare up of protesting around Occupy, but in general, you can't really blame people in some sense, right? If you have a job, the fear of losing it, no matter how bad the job is, keeps a lot of people from acting out, whether it's for fear of arrest or for fear of getting fired or just for missing work in order to go to the protests. And with more and more people out of work than at many other times in history, those who have jobs certainly don't want to give them up for the most part to go protest. So then we say, well, what about students? Why aren't students protesting? Well, yes, students do protest more, but they have, in spite of having less financial risk and more free time to do the protesting, they also realize the job situation. They also realize how increasingly more and more of what you do could find its way onto the desk of a potential employer. So considering that, plus the incredible rise in student debt over recent years, students aren't going to be that open to really protesting either. And then we have all the people who just aren't paying attention to what's going on or are cynical and don't think their protests could change anything. So we have a situation that completely buys in to what elected officials and big corporations want. Nobody wants you to be an activist, to be a protester. Everybody who you would want to protest has an interest in pacifying you and in keeping you nice and calm, taking out your student loans, buying your products, etc. Reform, thinking of, well, let's see, I'll write a letter to my member of Congress and try to get them to change a law on student loan forgiveness. That has way more palatability for most individuals than real revolution type protests like we're seeing. I don't blame anybody for it. I'm busy earning a living and doing my show. I'm also not out on the streets protesting, but it is interesting how this is exactly what those in power want.
It is. And I think it has a lot to do with the spread of information and our unfortunate two-party system. And there are a lot of factors, but it is complete control.
The system is designed to make it so that you'll write a letter to your member of Congress and then just keep doing what you're doing as opposed to really getting active.
That's it. Yeah, I really doubt we will ever see in our lifetime the type of thing that's happening in the Ukraine over here.
I'm not sure about that. I actually think in our lifetimes we may. We're just not seeing it right now. We would need to see some change.